Good morning. It's Anthony. And it's been a while since I've made a video. I've been very busy. Uh, the life of a foreman is a action-packed one where I've been doing this for about a year. I think that was the last time I made a video. I believe they call it the burden of leadership, which for all intents and purposes is the desire to go back to a simpler time where I could just do some work and go home. And I don't get to do that anymore. I have to manage people. And people require time and patience and a considerable amount of investment beyond the average 8-hour day. So it's been an interesting journey, because when I think back on my career as an adult, I don't remember ever being in a leadership position, one that I could appreciate, at least one that I cared about. you know I really don't care about the group project that I led in college. Like, that just doesn't tickle me. Not in the least. But I wanted to express my feelings about why I even decided to go this far, And it's weird because it kind of ties into why I even became an electrician in the first place. It wasn't about electrical at all. I needed to do something that was cool. It just sound cool. Electrical. Yeah, sure. I don't have a job. I'm, working at LA Fitness. Why not do something that sounds cool, man? I got into trouble with a DUI while I was at LA Fitness, so that kind of put a monkey wrench in things. That was, like 13 years ago. I've been an electrician for 10 years now. I've never done anything for 10 years straight. I was in the military for 6. Like, I'm a big boy now, But when I got to take my journeyman license, I didn't want to accept the fact that I actually passed it on the first time. I can't be that smart. It's not fair. I took the wrong test. And so a year later, I'm literally beating myself up over a success. A year later, because in Virginia, a year later after your journeyman test, you can take your master's test. I took my master's test. And the hardest part about the master's test was just getting to the testing center. I think they did that on purpose, because the journeyman test was like I don't think it was like a 30-minute drive. It was in the area. But my master's test was an hour and a half away. I think that was the test, to see if you would drive an hour and a half to go take it. Like, do you really want this? Are you willing to spend the gas? And so I took that and I passed it. Oh my God. I passed it. I don't know what this means. And so now I'm a foreman, but not because I wanted the money. I mean, I wanted the money. I mean, it's all right. Nobody's going to make it rich off of this shit, man. But it helps to exploit your abilities for financial gain. I think that's the whole point of this. But I became a foreman because I have to be able to put what I say I know into practice. Like, okay, you passed the test, you got the masters, you got the papers. What have you done lately? Okay, I became a foreman. All right. You might be on par. Now the question is, do I want to be a superintendent? I've actually been against that thought. I don't know if I want that life. I look at my boss and the bosses before me, and I admire parts of them. Their competence, their ability to organize and solve problems. That's the most important part. To be able to solve problems and manage, which is something that you can never get enough of. You want to be able to solve problems and manage if you're going to be in the construction industry. But I look at the rest of it, like the stress and the hours and the expectations. I mean, they might as well be running their own company, man. I don't get it. Like, they're not healthy people. I mean, physically healthy. And in some respects, I would even say mentally healthy. Like, yeah, they're very good at their job, but it's like, I wonder what things look like outside of that, you know? And I'm not sure I'm willing to make that kind of a sacrifice based on what I've seen. I don't want to become a smoker. I don't want to sacrifice my family. I like going home to my wife. I think, in my biased opinion, I think people become superintendents because they don't want to go home. Like, they're just that conscientious. You tell them to go chop trees, and they'll take an axe and just chop trees all day. And they won't stop until they can't chop trees anymore. And I'm just not that type of guy. I'll chop trees, and when I feel like stopping, I want to stop. And I don't want somebody that, what is this? You didn't sign up for this. You can't stop. This is not a stopping endeavor. You have to keep going. I don't want that. I mean, it's tough being a foreman because you kind of are that guy. You assist in the chopping of the trees that could go on forever. So if the trees grow into the weekend, somebody's got to show up. This has been some hard lessons learned. I mean, I'm learning a hell of a lot. I'm seeing the growth from seed germination to top out, from the slab to the top, in real time. And I always asked for that. But it comes at a price. And some people are more willing to pay that price than others. But what's anything without sacrifice? It's been an interesting journey, to say the least. But I just figured I'd update y'all on what's going on. I'm just electricking. And hopefully soon, if I have a few minutes to free up, I'll be in contact. In the meantime, have a good morning. And shout out to all my Electrician Elites. Have a good one.